You're right. You don't because
Oh
I
no,
keep
there you
myself
go. There
muted.
you go.
Because if I don't mute myself, the chat,
Oh,
everyone
you
can
get
hear
the
me.
echo.
So, hi everyone, and welcome to Geek Out, our supposed to be weekly podcast that seems to be every other week, just because life. Um, uh, we have some good things for you today. Some things I'm a little upset about. Not uncommon. Um, some things that I think are really cool. So, let's get to it, shall we?
Let's.
All right, let me switch the chat to show everything. All right. So, first on our list is if you haven't seen Vox Machina, uh, it is going to be free on YouTube this weekend. It is worth seeing.
It is
It's
quite
very
funny.
good. Um, I, I'm a big fan of Critical Role, anyways, but I have trouble uh, keeping up with it, the campaign. Like I was like season. I was gonna be like, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it. 2 episodes in, I was already behind. Um.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Vox Machina is going to be full episodes on YouTube starting October 1st. So no, I'm sorry, October 3rd. Yeah, October 3rd. Oh no, they're up now, renamed till October 3rd. So go watch them now. Um,
Until Friday.
they're very good. I think they're great. I'm looking forward to the third season of it. I'm looking forward to their Mighty Nine that they're doing too.
Yep.
Very excited. That being said, this is the one that I'm kind of irritated by, and it's only because it's unknown. D&D Beyond is going to release a new free D&D adventure featuring 1980s cartoons. I'm okay with that. Question is, they just came out and said they use AI. Are they going to be using AI? I mean, it's a free thing. You're not going to release something free without saving some money.
Well, I think they said too that they were using AI for a lot of the prompting and idea generation. But I know they've had issues in the
Exactly.
past with art as well. So
I mean, I'm not even caring. Okay, use it for prompting, but don't copy it word for word. I'm
yeah,
okay with you using it for prompting. Just don't copy it word for word. And they're going to. You know they're going to. They're not going to be like, "Oh, okay, we'll edit this properly." Because they haven't in the past. Uh okay, I'm kind of excited for this one because I do like all these characters. Plus it gives me a reason to wear a bald wig and a bald cap and dress up as the
you're not going to wear the big pointy hat.
No, he doesn't wear a big pointy hat. Oh yeah, he does. You're right.
Um,
He takes it off. Most of the time he has it off. No, that's the wizard that does that. The
yeah,
dungeon
I
master
know,
doesn't have anything.
I know.
Uh Presto. Um had me confused there for a second. I'm like, wait a sec. No, the dungeon master doesn't wear a pointy hat.
He's got
Um
he's partially bald, isn't he?
yeah, he is. That's
He's
why
got like bald
I
right
get to wear
here.
like a bald cap and get the uh I'm not doing that, folks. I'm not.
If I let my
Uh
hair grow back in, that's what it looks like.
this one's interesting. And I think this is old. It's sad to see the backer kit countdown go down. Uh thank you everyone who supported me I made $2,100. And we only had 5 issues with credit cards, which is amazing. So, and I know most of those people are trying to fix their cards. So, um, super excited, super amazing. Can't wait to get things going. Um, yeah. So, yeah, this one's old. So, I guess it's not super old. It's it's about a week, 2 weeks old, but we haven't been here for a while.
That's true.
Was that your first backer kit? It was my first backer kit ever, and boy, did I mess it up quite a few times. But I've learned a lot, so my next one will be better. That being, you got it now. What do you mean by that, Skillum? You got it now.
Figured out the kinks,
I'll
worked through
figure out
some of the issues you got.
It's just the backer kit's website's really strange. I won't lie, it's strange, and so I still have to, after this stream, I have to go and fix some things with the surveys because they said that there are some things they would like fixed before they allow me to release them. So, all right. So they're hiring a new publicity manager. I know that the previous one actually departed Wizards. Whether it was on choice or not is still unclear. He says they all say it is, but they haven't been doing well with publicity. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see who fills this position. All right. Last but not least, Fantasy Age. If nobody's played Fantasy Age, it's a very interesting system. It has some unique mechanics. I'm not fully sure I'm 100% on board with it. But I know there's a lot of people who love it. They're making a cosmic horror setting for that system. So I'm totally on board with this because cosmic horror and good evening, Dan. Welcome. Cosmic horror and fantasy. I'm okay with that. That sounds good. I need to actually get them on. I would love to get them on and talk about it because they're they make some great stuff. That's all the news I found. Unless you found something else.
No, I don't think I've ever played Fantasy Age.
A running game. It's quick. It's fast. It's it the second edition feels a lot better than the first edition did, and I've only truly played the first edition. I've read the second edition. So definitely it's worth a try. It's its own thing. Fantasy Age, well, no, sort of. It is based off, so way back when the company made, Mike is so loud, Dave comparison. I don't know why. I'll turn Mike down a little bit then.
I didn't realize I was angry this evening.
I can get angry this evening. I'm in that mood. It's based, yeah, Fantasy Age is based off the company made a Dragon Age RPG, and they ended up getting the rights revoked from them, I think, if I remember correctly. And so they said, fine, we'll just take our system that we have copyrights to, tweak it to fit what we want, and they came out with Fantasy Age. They also came out with something in the future. I can't remember what it's called, but it also has Age in the title. So it's basically their engine, a venture game engine. Yeah. It's so it started with Dragon Age though, Modern Age. Yeah, I think that's what it.
So it looks like Green Ronin still has all the Dragon Age stuff out there
Okay, so
as
maybe
well.
they got the rights back because
Yeah, they may be
there was a
cleared out.
there was a situation where they weren't for a while that they weren't sure where the rights were. So
Hmm.
that's cool. Um, so they make a Dragon Age one too, and their Fantasy Age engine is very close to their Dragon Age. Their Modern Age engine has a little bit of a change. For a short bit, yeah. I don't know if they actually did anything with it though, did they? Um, I don't necessarily think they did anything with that, but so that's the news.
Oh, their board game.
Yeah, I'm okay. Uh just so everybody can see, so Eskilum saying that they had several books out there and then rebranded Game of Thrones for later. Um let's talk about some humble bundles because there's some good humble bundles out coming out currently. The first one is the Lost Works of Gygax, and it just has a lot of old Gygax stuff
Hmm.
in it. I kind of want to get this one, but it's probably not going to happen for. But I definitely this stuff, especially the Call of Cthulhu stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
so yeah, and that's one of the things I think is always fun with the Humble Bundle too, when they're looking at author specific, is it'll span different genres of TTRPG as well.
and I'm always one to say any adventure can be kind of thrown into any other system. You just kind of have to tweak it.
Right.
Um, but this is yeah. So this is kind of cool. I'd be interested in reading some of these. That's literally
Yeah.
all the news. I did not find anything else really. We have Vox Machina coming out. We have D&D is releasing a free adventure for the classic cartoon. Oh, yeah, you missed us talking about that. Yeah, my we did make $2,100, which I'm excited for. Because that's going to really help develop the next book. Um and finish off this one. Excuse me. Um and I really appreciate everyone that what is going on? What locked me out for a second. Anyways. Um yeah, I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what you create for an NPC. Um so I'm very excited about all the NPCs. I'm excited about what you guys are going to come up with for places, and I'm really excited about the people who chose monsters. What I want to know what monsters you guys come up with. I'm going to be releasing. I noticed that the beta was going to be released to the 48-hour people immediately after, but I'm running into some issues with the survey stuff, so I want to take care of that first, and then I will email all the 48-hour people and get you guys a copy of that beta. Um, but you don't really have to worry about it, Dan, because you already have that beta. It's gonna be the same beta that you have. Um. So that being said, so Lost Works of Gygax, which is cool. They have a 40k, the 40k RPG. They
Hmm.
have pretty much the whole. Looks like the whole set from what I saw.
So this is specific for Death Watch and Rogue Trader for this bundle, but I won't lie. I have I think I have about 4 or 5 books out of Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
Although I think that's both across the TTRPG and the war game. But I love their art, the history, the background. But I mean, the thing has been around forever, so they
Oh
just
yeah.
have so much history and lore there that
I like 40k lore. I'm not versed in it well.
no,
But the lore that I do know is good. A little sexist, but good.
yes.
Uh,
Doot, 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 doot.
Power Rangers. Have you played this?
I have not. I when this one popped up and I was looking through Humble Bundle, I was like, I didn't even know this was a thing.
It is, and it's actually really good. This and the Transformers, which looks like you don't get the Transformers with this one, but it is compatible. Um,
Okay.
and the GI Joe one's compatible too. They're all three use the same system.
Hmm.
So you can kind of throw them all into the same world if you want.
Right.
Um, but I played one game of it and it was fun, but it was at a con, so I like it was rushed and it um wasn't super amazing. Like the DM wasn't the greatest, but the system worked well. Um,
Yeah. Never
that
even knew. Never even knew it was a
that being said,
TTRPG.
it does seem somewhat complicated as far as character development.
Look, all you got to remember is your green and white and Tommy, right?
Green, White, and
That's it.
Tommy. Um, uh, the D5 Adventures and More bundle. I did not get to go through this one.
Now that one is specific to Goodman Games.
Okay.
Um, so that at least you'll know who to kind of what to expect with what Goodman Games puts out. So that's an understanding where that's coming from. A lot of these look like they were obviously not the 2024, so they're 2014. I don't know. And with Humble Bundle in general, a lot of your things that are being released are older
But yeah, these are.
as well.
I'm looking at it, and these seem like older versions of their stuff.
Hmm.
Um, not a bad thing. Goodman Games
No,
does amazing work. They're always the DCC guys are great. Um, uh, I have DCC. I would love to play it. I don't think I want to run it because it's more complicated than I would want to run. Um,
okay.
because there's a lot of table lookups, and I'm not a big fan of table lookups.
Mm,
I hear playing DCC is super fun.
a lot of one shot.
I hear that it's zany and crazy, and you can do a lot with it. Um, so it's on my list to play. I think I actually have at Page, which is the Philadelphia area gaming expo. Um, I think I have a game scheduled there to play. You TPK to level 0 funnel. That's always fun. And burn through 7 characters.
Burning through characters isn't bad when generation is easy or quick.
Well, it's a funnel, so there's all kinds of pre-gens. You just keep going. Um all right. So that was that one. And then you have on here, because I did not find these humble bundles, Mike. It looks like a Pathfinder uh adventure book and Starfinder.
Yeah.
Looks like mostly Pathfinder,
Some
but there's a couple of Starfinder maps. Um, I'm cool with that.
And
Uh, uh,
I did not look to see if this was 1.0 or 2.0
second edition.
when I initially pulled this up. Is it okay?
Yeah. Looks like they're focusing on
But yep,
second
there it is.
edition because it focuses on their Book of the Dead.
Yep.
Um, so uh, he brought like 80 pre-gen characters. Oh God, I don't know if I'd want to make 80 pre-gen characters in CC.
Ah,
ECC has a generator in their Foundry module. That's cool. All right. So Kickstarters. No, no, no. Okay. Yeah, a site that just split them all out. Okay, gotcha. Oh, did it have the Foundry module in it? Hardcover PDF. Not seeing Foundry. Pathfinder core rulebook, bestiary, beginner box. No, it did not. Did not look like it has Foundry.
yeah. There's Zoom Fest Bloodlords. Yeah, there are,
Oh,
but
okay,
they
cool.
say
Oh, right
pulls it
there.
off explicitly. Yeah,
Cool. I'm always for Foundry modules. I see it now. Thank you, Skill. I'm always for Foundry modules. You guys know that. And Ironbound will definitely have a Foundry module. Its system is already almost all done. I have a few tweaks that I got to make, but besides that, it's working real. Um, that being said, Kickstarters. Uh, you found this one, and I knew about it.
yeah,
I'd like to get these guys on the channel to talk. Um, they're trying to use RPGs to help with teaching, to
right.
help
And it's I mean it.
teachers.
I was just say it's a big thing right now. I know um, my son's high school. We're out here in Virginia, but his high school. It was one of the things I was talking with one of their counselors about that they are getting certified on or certificates for is doing just that, being able to take it and then being able to integrate it, maybe not necessarily in a classroom necessarily environment, but definitely back into therapeutic uses for role
Yeah,
playing.
and this one is actually looking at doing it in a classroom environment, from what I read. Um, uh, I'm 100% on board with this. I think everybody should play at least one RPG before they say they don't like them, because a lot of people have tried them and then suddenly go, "Oh, I really like this." I mean, there are people who go, "No, this isn't for me," but I think you should at least try it, or you. Um, but this is cool.
Yeah.
It's coming. It hasn't launched yet. In fact, I thought I was on the notify me, but I guess I wasn't. So I will be on it now. Um, yes, I would love. I want to. I want
Yeah.
when my son gets into middle school, I want to see if I can't start one at the middle school because they don't have it yet. Um,
Yeah. It's so much popularity, right?
yeah. All right. This one was interesting. Um, Dragon's Demand. It's a video game that uses miniature type stuff. Um, but it's using Pathfinder 2. Um,
Right.
but
Rules of Pathfinder.
but as you can see, like it's miniatures. It's not like, I hate to put it, but it reminds me a lot of like the um D&D BTT
Sigil.
sigil. Thank you. It reminds me a lot about Sigil, but this isn't going to be, at least what I've seen. It's an actual video game. It's not a
Right.
VTT.
More like what is that silly game? It's a VR Demeo, Demeo, I think. Yeah, Demeo. It plays kind of that way. I
It's
think
going
I've only played it once,
So
but
it's definitely going
that
to play like a video game, but it's going to be like playing an RPG with a computer GM. Um, I'll be interested to try it. It's interesting. As you can see, it has nice, cool animations.
I'm curious if they will do with this like what was done with Neverwinter Nights and such, you know, 10 plus years ago,
I
where
would
you could
like
build
that.
your own modules and your own adventures into it. Uh, I would like to see that.
I would love to see that. It doesn't say anything about that
Yeah.
in the Kickstarter. So,
No.
um, so right now, that's not what their goal is. Um, but they want to add additional games to it. Um, so yeah, so I'll be interested in seeing what happens. Um, and so far nobody's backed it. Is that what I'm seeing? No, 4,000 people have backed. Okay.
Yeah, they're almost at
They've
their
never backed it.
300,000 goal. Yeah.
So, and they got 22 days to go. They're gonna make it. Um, so they'll reach their goal. So hopefully they can do something cool.
Yeah.
That being said, uh, there is an article on it. The gamer. Um, it basically says the same thing as the Kickstarter, the backer kit. Kickstarter. Is that backer kit or
That was
Kickstarter?
Kickstarter.
Uh, Discworld. We've talked about this one in the past. Um, it's getting closer though, so it's worth mentioning. Uh, actually, this is the adventure. No, this is the RPG. So we've talked
Yeah.
about this one in the past. They've talked about releasing it. There was an article on in World, but they hadn't actually brought
Hmm.
up the actual Kickstarter page. It's now live, so it's now up, so you can actually get notified and stuff. It's Modifius. Modifius is amazing. I love their work. I can't wait to see what they do with Discworld. I'm not a huge fan with Discworld, and it's because I can't get into the books. I think the
The
world is amazing. I just can't get into his writing style.
So I dropped it into the Discord last week, but the Humble Bundle from last week was all of all of the Discworld books on digital.
I think it is a 2D20 system, but they
Yes.
haven't. It should be this. I think it's using the same Modifius 2D20 system. Yes. Um,
At least that's my assumption. Yes.
that was. I think that's what the article said. That when they announced it. So, um, but Terry Pratchett, he has the Discworld is an amazing world. I really wish I could read it. Yeah, I'm 95% sure they're doing 2D20. I'm pretty sure it's using their system, not any other system. Um, I'm almost positive. I had to put this one on because we haven't talked about it. Um, Amber, an online tabletop role playing game, is yeah, they work really hard. Modifius works really hard in making sure their settings um work with their games. So if their game rules don't fit the setting, they will change them. So, um, okay, so this is so it gets confusing because they released Amber. This is Foundry Virtual Tabletop uh,
Yeah.
game. They have two games going. They have Crucible, and then they have Amber. Now, Crucible is more of an engine, from what I got, and then Amber is going to be more of the role playing setting for Crucible. That's what I got. I'm not 100% on that one. So don't quote me and come back to me. Like, from what I've seen from the live streams and stuff, it's like Amber is the setting for the Crucible, but they're definitely different systems. Um,
Hmm.
it's it's more of like they're integrating into like, yeah, it's more like an integration into the world. Like they're trying to like integrate it into its own virtual table, like it has its own virtual tabletop type deal. Like this won't be using Foundry. It will be using its, pretty sure it's not using Foundry on it's
What's
using
that?
its own game engine.
Ember or Crucible?
Amber.
Okay, because
Crucible,
I think Ember is based on VTT or
it
is
is
based on
based
Foundry.
on it. It's not actually going to be in Foundry though.
Oh,
Foundry Crucible is going to be their Foundry game, and this has its own separate like um experience. Like it's not going to be, it's going to be like its own
yeah, there
virtual
you go.
tabletop.
So they're saying that, well, I think
Oh, it does say requires Foundry.
their rule set, right? Yeah, so they're playing on Foundry. Crucible is their rule set,
Okay.
and then they'll also have a set for Dungeons and Dragons Fifth Edition as the rule set as well.
Okay. It's just so confusing. Like why, it's just so confusing on like what is what. I know they're two different items. They're not the same. Um
Right. It looks like Crucible might even be accessible. I don't know what the requirements are, but you might be able to get it on Foundry right now.
yeah, you can get the you can get the beta Foundry. Um I'll
Hmm.
be interested to see what the difference is, and like I know this has its whole a full setting to go with it. Um I like their character art for their ancestries. Um it, okay. Create sprawling nonlinear quests with branching choices and consequences, standalone events, and off-game. I'm just, it's confusing. I don't know what's what, and that's part of their advertising issue. Um, because they specifically said this was not Crucible. So yeah, it does kind of sound like that. Um,
Or is it more of just a
no, it says no
RPG?
AI, no generative AI. Um, I don't know. It will be interesting to figure it out. Um, I haven't been watching their live streams. They've been posting a bunch of live streams on it. Um, and I'm pretty sure they went through and discussed what the differences are. Like, but I did not watch that because their live streams are like 4 hours long. Yeah, I should check with Jacob. He might know what's going on. So, Amber is an unprecedented digital role-playing experience for the Foundry virtual table. Designed for a game master and a group of players, Amber is an imaginative and immersive open-world setting featuring an epic length campaign, groundbreaking features, and game design systems designed for online play. Supporting the Kickstarter campaign, you receive the full Amber game added to your Foundry Virtual Tabletop user account as soon as it's completed, along with a lifetime access to patches, content, customer support. What's included? An epic story, a
Exploration.
colossal world, elegant character creation process, interactive and animated area map, Vista systems for visual storytelling. Uh, like I know I saw a whole thing where they have a world map. And click on
Mhm.
something and bring up that city, and then click on something in that city and bring up like a battle map.
It reminded me a lot of like the Kingmaker app
Yes.
with the way the interactive on VTT, I mean, or on Foundry. That was the first thing that came to mind.
Okay. So that's you just answered. You're right. Two systems. That answers it right there. There are two ways to play Amber. So using Dungeons and Dragons Fifth Destiny rule set, or using the innovative digital role playing system. That
And then
answers
in
my
small
question.
text, it says will be 2024 compatible.
Um, so if you're playing it with me, you'll be playing it in Crucible. Just saying. But that being said, I have an announcement. So we'll get to that announcement at the end. Um, but yeah, so that's exciting. I'm excited for it. It has. I'm hoping to be able to back it. It has 38 hours to go. I don't think I'm going to be able to back it. So I'm probably gonna have to buy it the old-fashioned way and pay more for it. Um, but um, yeah, they're estimated December 2025 delivery. So $90. Definitely not going to be buying this. Um, interesting. Um, uh, draw steel dice. This is basically a dice system. Um, for it's dice. It's a dice purchase where you can actually buy the dice, physical dice, for the MCDM RPG. So it
Mm-hmm.
uses a 2d10 as its primary role. That
2D10 and a D2D10 and a D3, but they're
correct,
printed on a D20 and a D6.
correct. Um, interesting. Um, I suppose he has to do something with all that money he made. I mean, let's be honest. He made a lot of money. Um, so interesting. Um, 147 5 3 6 9 10 22 10 9 6 3 5 8 7 4 1. That's the DC 20 guy. No, this is the MCDM guy.
Yeah. Colville, right?
Yeah, Coville. Really great guy. If you
Yeah.
ever get to meet him, he's super nice. Um, and he's really smart. Like he understands systems better than most people. Um, but so this is basically it. You just basically get the dice. It's a back for the dice type. Probably not going to back this one. I don't know how much CDM I'm going to play. I did back it. I just don't know if I'm going to actually play. Well, that's actually Matt Caldwell DM is what MCDM stands for.
Yeah.
So he basically did call it his name. So uh uh that's pretty cool. Um this one looked interesting. It's called the Between. It's basically I don't know how to describe it. It's like a Victorian type um eldritch horror type system. I guess I can call it that. Um it looked interesting. It had really neat art, which I think is always interesting. Um but you know, like there's ghosts and there's weird things that happen and undead and all that. Um so it looks interesting. They're gonna have dice with it that you can buy. All right, this one I put on here because one, it doesn't have a lot of money required.
Mm.
Two, it looked really interesting. It's basically a superhero, like no, not superhero, action packed sci-fi adventure. So I get the feeling of like Firefly and
Right.
um trying to think of some other ones. Um Action packed. So like I guess honestly Guardians of the Galaxy would be considered an action packed sci-fi. Um I get that feeling from it. And it's from an independent developer. They're not looking to get a lot of these out. Artwork is actually really nice for being so independent. I'm
Hmm.
all for helping somebody get where they gotta go. It looks interesting. They're gonna have map packs um for stretch goals. They have 7 different worlds. Um, it looks really nicely laid out. Um, it's not their first rodeo. This is the second edition of this game. Um, but it looks really cool. Um, it has 14 days. I'm probably gonna back this one, just so people know. Because it's a sci-fi adventure. It's kind of cool. It seems interesting. Um, the pledge levels are you get a digital PDF for $12, which is probably what I'll end up doing. Um, or you can get the digital planetary edition for 15, which gives you map packs. Or you can get the digital galactic edition, which comes with the PDF, the map packs, a backer exclusive add-on, and a stockpile add-on. The physical edition planetary, and then the physical galactic version, which is basically just the difference between digital. Um, Immortalize is reemergence. Add your name to the back of the book for $2. Um, I'm kind of excited for this. It looks interesting. Like it looks interesting. One, I enjoy action sci-fis. I'm more of an action sci-fi than an horror sci-fi. Um, yeah. So, um, gonna take a look into that and see what's going on with it. In fact, I'm gonna leave it up so I can take at it more. You put on this Horizon TTRPG Patreon, which I thought was interesting. Is this
Yeah,
basically a monthly
yeah,
magazine, digital
yeah.
magazine?
So they're looking at a monthly digital TTRPG magazine, or a zine, I guess, just in the current language.
Right.
Um, but it reminded me a lot of Dungeons, like the old when we were kids, Dungeons and then Dragons magazines that were being published at the time.
And it's beginning
Now,
this month too, so
yeah.
um
Now it
yeah,
was also, I think it was it was either a $5 or a $10 monthly subscription. But I'm curious to see what they put out. And is it how current is the information that's being released as well?
right. Like, and what system, it doesn't say what system is. Oh, it's Pathfinder,
No,
second edition. Yeah, it does.
is it?
And
Okay,
the first issue was Pathfinder, the second issue is Candle Obscura. So
okay.
they're gonna do different systems based on each magazine, which seems interesting. That's a choice.
Let's
I don't know if it would be a choice I would choose. I think I would have stuck with the system and
just
done
stay
that
with
way.
one.
Um, that way, all your every magazine is useful to your readers. The
Right.
readers know which system's coming. They know what they're going to use it for.
Now they did say that they have writers right now. Writers already scheduled out to and content already scheduled out through sometime in 2025. And I think that was December of 2025. So out to a good year. So they may produce something later that says, here's what systems we're producing for and when.
That would be nice.
Or just the ability to go back and purchase an older version.
So that's pretty much it. Except I want to announce that, and anybody on my Discord knows this already, but I'm still putting it out. I am doing a Ironbound fantasy version campaign. It is a paid campaign. It's $10. It's going to be Sundays at 6 p.m. We're not streaming it, so you don't have to worry about being on camera. But I am looking for a couple more players. I got 2 players interested. I think I can get if I can get 2 more, it would be an interesting. I can definitely start playing with 3 though. So if anybody's interested, keep that in mind. And this is the interesting part. As much as I call out 5e, I am going to do a 5e one shot for Halloween on the 19th. Um it was going to be on the 27th, but I needed to move it, so it's going to be on the 19th. It's going to be at this one's going to be at I think 8 o'clock. 7:30. Um both of those links are right there in the description down below. I'll also post them for Twitch. Oops. Twitch. There's the Twitch one. That's for the campaign, and then this is for the one shot. So, um, 7:30 Eastern, correct, and that's going to be on October, like I said, the 19th at 7:30. Everything I do is in Eastern because that's where I'm at. So, um, but yes, so that's and the one shot is $15. It is a little bit more, but it's a one time one shot. So, um, plus I'm doing 5e. I can do. I just And if you don't need to for the one shot, if you don't want to make characters, that's fine. There's going to be plenty of pre-gens available. Um, and then I'll also, if you want to make a character, it's for fifth level. You just make it on D&D Beyond. Send me the link, so I can import it into Foundry because we'll be using Foundry. Um, but those two are I'm trying to get the campaign going this month. So that's going to be Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern. I really would like to get that going. That's going to be using the Foundry the Ironbound fantasy setting. So it is still a setting in progress. So fair warning to anybody who's playing. There will be changes and things will modify. Um so but it's worth playing. And like I said, I have two people already interested. So that is everything that I have. Um, this is the link to all those links. So it's also in the YouTube video that will be saved to YouTube. Um, but that is the show. Unless you have something to add, or unless chat wants to add something, give chat the chance to catch up because they're behind. Um, but yeah. So, do you have anything else to add, Mike?
No, just I'm probably going to be looking at the adventures in teaching and learning,
Yes.
and the Pathfinder was also interesting. The Pathfinder, the Dragon's Demand.
Dan
I
says
like.
Dan says play games with Dave. I'd like to think I'm a fairly decent DM. So yes, come play games with me. And join the Discord because I do offer free games occasionally. It's not all paid. I'm just trying to make extra dough though. So because times are tough. Working at Staples doesn't pay the bill. Should be rated R for military time zones. All right. I think I'm gonna go in rest for a bit. I've had a long, long day. Um, let's see if I have somebody that I can switch to host chat real quick. See if I have somebody. In fact, I think J3N is on. Yeah, but I raid him all the time. I don't raid the D and Denial that often. They're pretty good to the um let me get somebody. Let me well yeah, I'm gonna raid D&D Denial because I haven't done them in a while. They're they're pretty cool. They're doing Shadowrun right now. Also, Shadowrun's pretty cool. So you guys have a nice night and thank you so much for being here. And have keep playing. And we're rating in 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 2. We are still